Hey guys, Ginger here. Welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about my top 5 authors that I cannot wait to read from. Originally, I wanted to have 10 authors on this list, but the more I perused my shelves, the more I realized that there are a lot of authors that I have already tried and just want to continue reading, and not as many that I haven't even picked up from at all. So instead of 10, we have 5 authors, but that's still a good amount, and I'm really excited to share them with you guys, and hopefully get your insight on whether I need to pick up a book from them right away, or if maybe my enthusiasm is not well due. So, without further ado, let's get talking about the authors. Also, 4 of the 5 of these are actually fantasy writers, so if you can't tell my theme, I'm really into getting into more fantasy. I have been working on a special project that surrounds thrillers right now, so I'm definitely leaning more towards getting into a fantasy or something just different in March because I've read so many thrillers and I just need a break from them. So the first one on my list is Samantha Shannon, who wrote the Bone Season series, which I don't remember the actual series name, and also The Priory of the Orange Tree, which is one of my most anticipated books. Well, it was of last year, but I'm really excited to read it this year because it's just so gorgeous, it sounds so good, and I just think that considering the good reviews that have come from her books, that she probably has a really great writing style, and she writes fantasy that seems very unique and interesting, so I really want to get my hands on one of them. I own the Bone Season and The Priory of the Orange Tree. They're on my shelves, but I have yet to read them, so I am really excited to pick one of them up and see what her writing style is like, and hopefully I adore them just as much as everybody else. Next, we have an author that I've technically read a short story from, but I really want to read an actual novel from, and that is N.k.Jemison. I own the 5th season, and I just have heard a lot of great things about it, and she also has a new book coming out that I'm really interested in. It's a science fiction, and it just sounds so good. I can't wait to get my hands on it and try it. But I've just heard that her worlds and stories and everything are really amazing, and so I just want to see what I've been missing pretty much, and it's been one of my highly anticipated reads, the 5th season, so I really just want to get my hands on it, stop being afraid to read it, and read it, because most of the reason I haven't picked up from these authors is because I'm afraid that the hype is not going to match my opinion. Next, I'll throw in the thriller writer I want to read from, and that is Karin Slaughter. I know, I haven't read a Karin Slaughter book yet, which is crazy to think about because she is a really well-known thriller writer. I own 3 of her books, Pretty Girls, The Kept Woman, and The Good Daughter, are all on my shelves, and there are a few other ones of hers that I think sound intriguing that I haven't read yet, but I don't know why I haven't picked up her books yet. I guess I've just had other thrillers that I've been trying to get through, maybe ones that are lesser liked or beloved or more, I guess, because I read some from Ruth Ware and Blake Crouch and all that stuff. I don't know why I haven't, but like I said, I own a couple of her books, so I really need to get on that and pick them up because I feel like I'm missing out. The other 2 are pretty tied for being ones that I'm kind of ashamed to admit I haven't read from yet, but it happens, and I do own some of their books, I just haven't picked them up yet. So first one I'm going to talk about is Brandon Sanderson. Yes, I know, who am I? Why have I not picked any of his books up yet? I do own The Way of Kings and Mistborn, the first books in the series. They are on my shelves, and I'm really excited to pick them up. I just have been afraid to. The Way of Kings is just giant, so there's that. And Mistborn is such a beloved fantasy series that I'm just afraid I'm not going to enjoy it as much as everyone else. I'm sure I will, but there's just something about picking up a high fantasy adult novel that I'm expecting to love, and the fact that I'm going to have to finish it and put it down, that's just like, it's not intimidating, but it's weird to me, I guess, because like there's a happy feeling of knowing that I haven't read it yet and I'm excited to read it, but when that goes away, it's just there, you know, and I've already done it. It's really confusing. If any of you guys understand what I'm talking about, good on you, but that's part of the reason I haven't picked up his books yet, but I really need to. Hopefully this year I will get to probably Mistborn because it is the shorter of the two, but we shall see. Again, hopefully that happens. And then the last author on this list is v.e. Schwab, or Victoria Schwab. I am pretty much interested in every single one of her books. I'm less so in her middle grade, but that's just because middle grade isn't what I gravitate towards, but I still think that they have a cool premise and everyone loves her books. I really enjoy the premises, like I said, of most of her books, and I haven't read any yet. And I think this is also tied into what I said about Brand Sanderson. Like, there's so much hype about them that I'm afraid I'm not going to enjoy them as much. And so that's really intimidating to me. I currently own the entire Darker Shade of Magic trilogy and Vicious. I really would like to get my hands on the Near Witch, and I can't even think of what else I want to read by her right now, but point is, I really want to read her books, and I actually am going to be doing this in March. I'm going to be buddy reading A Darker Shade of Magic with my friend Ariel and hopefully also my friend Felicia. I will link their channels down below because they are my best booktube buddies, and I was like, we need to read this book because we've been putting it off for too long. So I'm excited to finally get to that author, but she's probably the top on this list, which is why I'm prioritizing getting to one of her books, because I'm kind of embarrassed to admit I haven't read one yet, considering how long I've been watching booktube and doing bookish things. So there you have it, guys. Those are my top 5 authors that I cannot wait to read from. Let me know in the comments below if you guys love these authors, if you recommend any of their other books to me, because I just love collecting books. That's all there is to it. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I also want to know what some of your most anticipated authors are. I would really love to know in the comments, so make sure to go ahead and do that. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button and like button so you can see more of my content in the future. But until that future, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!